Hey everybody, this is James. How you all doing? And welcome to one of my new comic book reviews. And for today, I'm going to be reviewing a comic book which is based on, well, it's a prequel to Watchmen. And if you guys are wondering what it is, today I'm going to be reviewing one of the Before Watchmen comics. So this one I have is Before Watchmen Comedian and Rorschach. But for today, I'm going to be talking about Rorschach. Now, the reason why I'm going to be talking about this is because the new animated Watchmen movie is coming next month, which I'm super hyped for. It's my #1 most anticipated movie of 2024. So I thought it would be a wonderful idea to talk about this story. So let's start with Rorschach. So let's see what this story is. So this story takes place in the mid-1970s, where Rorschach is going after this guy, and he was asking him where are the drug dealers are at, and then this guy was being scared of Rorschach, and then Rorschach was punching him, and then he just breaks his arms. Just kind of reminds me of like Agent 47 from Hitman. And then this guy told him that that they're at the sewer. So Rorschach went to the sewers, and then he saw two drug dealers that are playing the game of dice. They got two dices, and then as soon as they turn around, they saw Rorschach in front of them, and then he just whacks them with their own shotgun. And then Rorschach was about to burn them with fire, but then he got punched by a group of other gang members, and then. He seems to be pretty outmatched by one of those guys, but he did got the upper hand. But he still was getting his he was still getting beaten up, and then he comes up to this this ugly looking boss named Rawhead, and Rawhead was beating up Rorschach, and he was talking smack to him when the group of thugs are holding him, and then he basically got the edge in beating Rorschach up, and they just left him there, and then they escape. So then Rorschach comes out of the sewer, and then he goes to the drugstore to take some pills, and then in the morning he goes to this diner, and then he met the waitress, and we don't know who the waitress's name, but she asks Walter Kovacs, which is Rorschach's real name, what happened, and then he says that he got mugged by those gangsters last night. So he reads a newspaper, and then he was bleeding, coughing from his mouth, which is disgusting. And then this lady right here, her name is actually Nancy. She actually starts to feel sorry for this guy, and then when Rorschach was coming back to the diner, I think 3 times, I guess, or twice, she starts to have some feelings for Rorschach, and then she wants to go on a date with him. So then the mob boss, Rawhead, what he wants to do is that he thought that Rorschach was dead in the sewer, but it turns out that he survived all the brutality that he and his gang members gave to Rorschach. And then he is so upset that Rorschach is still alive because he wants to kill Rorschach himself. So then throughout the story was just mostly it just feels like a standalone story with Rorschach. It doesn't really feel like an origin story. It just feels like Rorschach's standalone adventures in this comic. And then Rorschach has to go after Rawhead and basically defeated him because of all these criminal activities was just going insane. And then there was a scene here where Rorschach comes into the hotel, and then he basically just tortures this guy who was choking this woman, and then Rorschach beat this guy, and then she escaped, and then Rorschach knocks the guy out, and then he tied him up with tape. And then this woman asks those guys who are playing pool that Rorschach is hurting her lover, and then Rorschach has this broken glass thing, and then I'm not kidding, he makes this guy actually impales himself right the groin, and it's so painful that I never thought that Rorschach would ever do something like that. So So as soon as like he broke the guy's nose and he punched him in the face, and then he heard the guys are coming upstairs, so he escaped, and then he tends to kick one of the guys when he was like on the fire escape rails, and then he jumped, and then he goes into the taxi and tells the taxi driver to drive, so those guys won't track him down. So as for the waitress, Nancy, she wants to go on a date with Walter Kovacs, and he asked him to pick her up at 11. And then while that's going on, Rorschach was still looking for Rawhead, and then Nancy was just waiting for Rorschach to come get her. And then there was this random guy. He wants to walk her home, so she walks with him. But then it turns out that it was a suspect that just wants to do something like very inappropriate to her, which I'm not going to go into any details. But Rorschach was being by the thugs again, and then Rawhead tied Rorschach to this bed, and he was beating the daylights out of him, which is really hard to see here. And then he tries to be Rorschach, but then he kind of sucks because of he tries to do like the combat skills like Rorschach does, but New York City, the people, they just like beat him up, and they just like kill him just by hitting his neck with a baseball bat, and that's how he dies. And then Rorschach escaped, and then he got his mask back, and then he tracks down the suspect of who is responsible for trying to do the sexually assault on Nancy. And then Nancy was fine; she survived. And then the guy actually gave her his shirt to keep her warm. And then the story ends with Rorschach going to this apartment to track down the killer because he knows where he is. And then as soon as the guy went back home, and then he was drinking beer, and then he put the windows shades down. But then he doesn't know that Rorschach was behind him. And then it ends with Rorschach just beats the living daylights out of him. So I actually thought this comic was really interesting to see. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really feel like an origin story on Rorschach, because we actually do have like his backstory, like in the graphic novel, like when he was when he was framed for the murder of Moloch, and it was way before Silk Spectre and Night Owl have to go rescue him. So like his origin, like in the graphic novel, was really messed up. Like he was abused by his mother, and then he's been bullied by the kids, and then he just went insane like a psychopath. So, and then, but this one is like Rorschach is like, I was on a solo mission, and then he was like fighting criminals and drug dealers and things like that. And I thought his adventures is pretty good. The art actually looks pretty good. I like the art here, especially on Rorschach. He looks so cool. My favorite art from Rorschach has to be like the one from like right here. Like I thought that looks very nice, and it was this art was made by Jim Lee with Scott Williams and Alex Sinclair. I hope I'm saying his last name right. Looks nice. I like it. And then we also got to see this particular picture of the Watchmen characters in the Before Watchmen storyline. You see all these characters. You got Rorschach, Dr. Manhattan, Ozzy, Night Owl, the comedian, and of course Silk Spectre. Looks really nice. I really like their designs. Sometimes their costumes were kind of a mixed bag, but I'm not going to complain about it. I think they look good for what they are, compared to like their costumes from the graphic novel as well as the Zack Snyder live action movie. So overall, I really do enjoy Before Watchmen Rorschach. Rorschach is one of my favorite characters in the Watchmen universe, and Silk Spectre is my second favorite. I love all the characters, but we all know who's like the best character in the Watchmen universe. It's Rorschach, but like I said, I love all the characters. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give Before Watchmen Rorschach I'll give this like an 8.5 out of 10. An 8.5 out of 10, I'll give this comic a score. So I liked it. There were some things that are kind of dragged down. There were some things that are just like, kind of gruesome. But I know Watchmen is not for kids. But that's how I feel about this book. So overall, guys, this is my review for Before Watchmen Rorschach. If you guys have read the prequel Watchmen comics, what did you guys think of them? Did you enjoy one of those comics, or you're not a fan, or do you have like mixed opinions about it? If you're a Watchmen fan, who's your favorite Watchmen character? Just let me know in the comments below. I will love to hear what you guys got to say. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and turn on the notifications when I make brand new videos. And stay tuned for the next video, which I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite video game villains, which I have been requested to do. So I'm going to be working on my favorite villains from video games. So stay tuned for that. And I want to say thank you so much for giving me, for reaching me, get 138 subscribers. I appreciate all the support, and I appreciate that you guys are being really patient with me. I know I've been really busy with other stuff, but don't worry, I'm still making more videos. So like I said before, you guys got to be really patient, and you got to stay tuned, and I'll keep you guys updated. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy my video. Hope you guys enjoy my review for Before Watchmen Rorschach, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, take care.